So we're using her for what?
But she
But
should
we're
be on trial,
diminishing
and
her.
that's the problem.
She
Because
should.
But
Yeah.
let's not forget that she also has opinions.
the only
So even though
reason
she was subpoenaed,
But an
she has
opinion is
immunity.
that Cassie
Because
the
they
only
know
reason that
that
we're
crime.
having this conversation right now, is because she had a pretty face and she had a skinny waist. That's it.
No, that's not true.
What?
That's no. That's 100%
No, we're
true.
having
Yeah,
this
that's true.
Listen,
conversation
hold on,
because
hold on,
she's
hold on,
a
hold on.
woman
She
going
was
against
the
a powerful man.
Bonnie to his Clyde.
Sure
She was the
was.
Bonnie to his Clyde that got out just in time to then press charge to use her leverage against him in order to make sure that she made herself seem like the victim. She was threatening motherfuckers to kill them.
Sure.
She threatened people to kill them if they talked or if they released any video that had anything to do with her. That's crazy. Y'all sitting here acting like this girl.
So she made a threat to
It was one
protect her
person.
image.
No,
She
she
made a
didn't.
threat
She
to
threatened.
protect her image.
Listen. I was talking to people that was in the courtroom.
Right.
I'm not telling you hearsay. I'm not going off of no gossip blogs. I'm going off of people that told me exactly what she said, word for word, that looked at the text messages, that was watching her husband cringe every time she said something that was in that chair.
But Anton, if
She was
anybody's
holding
morals
people.
were
She
plastered
poured
on
out
the
the room.
wall,
She
we
held
would
the
all be
dude.
embarrassed.
She held the dude against
Nah,
his
not me.
will. She
That's
called
fine.
and said,
But
"I will
you
have you
know,
killed.
most people,
I
if
will
their
not do it
discoveries were
myself,
plastered on the
but
wall,
I
they
will
would be
make sure."
embarrassed.
The
We all
reason
have dark
was
pasts.
she
Everybody has
said
done
that
things that
she
they're
would
not
have this
proud
dude
of.
killed.
We're human
It's
beings.
amazing. You know what? I look at
It's
this fake
ridiculous.
femininity. I look at this fake femininity all the time, and it's amazing to me. And the reason that it's amazing to me is it's selective. It's selective femininity. It's selective mindset when it comes to it. When it's relationships, it's cool. When it comes to actually holding women accountable, all of y'all get amnesia. All of a sudden, we got every excuse in the world. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? She might have been underage. Oh, hold on. She wasn't used to the lifestyle. Wait, she's not the one on trial. Everything matters when a person's life is in the balance as far as him having to go to jail for the rest of his life.
Anton, just
All
say
of
she's a
this,
whore.
no.
Let's just say she's a
All of this,
whore.
we gonna hold
What does
women
that
accountable
matter?
conversations. All of this, we gonna hold women accountable conversations that we usually have. That shit go out the window when it actually comes to the rubber meeting the road, and we have to pick somebody and say,
Who's on
wait a minute.
trial?
Now that we look at the text messages, now that we look at the lifestyle, now that we look at how toxic she is, now that we look at the fact that she was cheating, now that we look at the fact that she was the one that was initiated, when we actually have evidence and she admits that she threatened to kill somebody, and she admits that she was going to empower the people when she had the power. She benefited. She lived the lifestyle. She had the cars. She had the clothes. She did all of the shit, and she lived like a fucking rock star.
This is
And
not her
now,
problem.
when it comes to the fact that she's the snitch, that's all she is. She's nothing more than the motherfucker that was participating in the robberies, participating in the lifestyle, and then she got out just in time. And the only reason that she even reached out to him again, because let's be clear, she cheated on her husband with Diddy. She went back with the nigga. So the only reason we having this conversation, is because her man is dusty and broke. That's it.
You're relating things that are not related.
I'm gonna let you have it. That nigga that she with right now is broke.
Okay.
And so as they started to go broke, they decided to leverage the dude that she used to be with and say, hey, listen, if you don't give me this money, I'm gonna file this lawsuit against you and I'm gonna ruin your life. She got money. They just admitted that she was getting coached by the federal government on what to say on the stand. At the same time, she just got $10 million more from the Intercontinental Hotel just less than a month ago.
Yep.
He was going broke. They couldn't sustain a lifestyle. They went back to the dude, and instead of him being a man and saying, you know what, I'm gonna take care of us. I got you. I know you a whore, but you're gonna be my reformed whore. We want to sit and make it seem like she was a victim. No, she did what every other woman would have did. She lived a lifestyle. She went broke, and then she came back for seconds. And now we making it seem like she the victim. No, she a whore. That's all.
That's
she
right.
Okay, so let's say that she's a whore.
She's
That's
victim.
fine.
She's an
Let's say that she's a
untalented.
whore. Excuse me. Let's say that she's a whore. Fine. But the red herring here is
Untalented
to
whore.
relate her being a whore to Diddy's crimes in what he's done. So let's list things.
What's the crime?
She was a freak, right? No, hold on one second. She was a freak, right? She liked to do all type of promiscuous things. She has a laundry list of all the things that she's done. Fine. That's fine. But at the end of the day, allegedly he raped her. And not allegedly he beat her down that hallway. And so the question here is, and allegedly he solicited drugs, allegedly he solicited prostitution. These are crimes. So when it comes down to his crimes, how does her morality alleviate him of his crimes?
Did she not do the
No,
same?
no. But you know what the interesting part? Wait. Let's address what she just said. None of that shit that you just said is what he's being charged for. You know what the person that was in the room? I was talking to
Sex
Myron.
trafficking across
No,
state.
hold on.
Cassie's sex
I was
trafficking.
talking to Myron.
No.
And he said he was talking to the HSI agents. He said the only reason that they was pursuing this case is because when they get a high profile name, they get extra funding from the government in order for them to continue to do what they do within a division within the federal government.
That's a money.
He's a former FBI
Yeah.
agent that is familiar and has relationships and talked to other HSI agents that are pursuing this case. He said the only reason why this is a big deal is because they need extra funding, and in order for them to do that, they got to take down high profile cases so they can ask for extra funding from the federal government. And for y'all to actually believe that he deserves to go to jail for the rest of his life for shit that grown folks volunteered to put themselves into, and he got freak offs, y'all are, you know what? I understand why men are terrified of women at this point.
Okay.
Because at any point,
let's not do the
at any point, y'all can come back for seconds and say, you know what? I was with you, but now I'm a victim. And because I got a pretty face, now everybody is going to believe me. And nigga, you need to go to jail for the rest of your life and give me all of the money that you never worked for.
The crazy.
Cassie was a prostitute.
Listen. The crazy part about it.
Gotta do one mic. Hold on. We gotta do one mic, but we gotta.
Let me just wrap up my point, Q. Let me just wrap up my point.
I just want to say.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We gotta. You guys gotta take a step back, okay? Right? We have to separate his abuse toward Cassie, toward her friend, toward all of that. We have to make sure that what's being presented in the court is giving them evidence for racketeering and trafficking. That's what he's being charged for. Is he an abuser? Yes. We've seen the video. Is he a freak? Yes, but that's not against the law, having sex and doing freak offs, right? So is the evidence that's being presented in court showing him as guilty for trafficking and racketeering? I think that's the better way to look at things.
But Cassie is
a
character witness.
Not even
speak to his character. Let's just say a prostitute goes and she's doing an exchange. She's doing a transaction, right? And she goes and she's selling her body. Mm-hmm. And then the man that she goes into the room with rapes her. Is he alleviated of that rape because she was selling her body? No. Answer that.
How do you
you're not being charged for that?
He's not being charged for that.
Hold on. How do you know this? How do you know he raped her?
Cassie was not sex trafficked, so we understand that that's not something that's
applicable to her. Because if we're speaking to character, okay, she's the worst fucking person that could ever speak to character.
What does that matter when we're talking about his?
It matters because
he's the one on trial.
I'll tell you why it matters. You know why we don't? You know why we say free Tory Lanez? Is because the first thing that Meg Thee Stallion did was she went on Gayle King and she lied about them even having a sexual relationship.
And she lied to the cops initially.
And so we knew that she shouldn't even be qualified to talk, because if you're going to lie off of that little thing, then why the fuck should we believe you in anything else that you say? Why should we qualify your testimony as a character witness to talk about a character witness when you are the scum of the earth? Why would we believe snitches, for example, that is benefiting financially? Because you got to remember, she's never, ever, ever filed a criminal complaint against Diddy. The only thing she ever did was ask for money. She filed a civil suit. She never complained one time about this dude, not once.
I thought
and not even just that. She freaking committed adultery. She literally went and cheated on her husband with it does matter if you're saying that this man raped you. If you're saying, wait, hold on. If you're saying someone raped you before you go
And then
and
you go
commit
back and have
adultery
sex
with
with
that
them?
same man, are you serious right now? Why would you go
Oh,
and
Not only
lie
that,
with
hold on,
someone
you
that
listening, you
raped
listening.
you? That doesn't make any sense,
Hold on,
Tasha.
Kamaya. Not only that, Kamaya. She linked up with him because she said that she wanted to have closure. So she wanted to have a closure
You
meeting.
want to have rape closure. I mean, you want to have that closure.
After she was already married. Then her husband FaceTimed him while she was getting bust down.
Correct. Bust down. Big
And
bust down
also,
energy. I'm
real
going to tell
quick,
you right now, this girl, she knew exactly what she was doing. She was a whole sex addict before Diddy ever got his hands on
I
her.
didn't know all of this.
And all of that y'all talking about, yeah, she a whore,
Yeah,
and all
Paige,
that. She
listen.
used her
Wait,
power.
can I say
She
something real
got
quick?
But didn't Anton say that her husband is broke? Didn't Anton say that her husband is broke and using this case to get money?
Wait.
So how
Yeah,
does
Yes,
because
anyone
she's
because
know
she
8
was
months
that she was
going
pregnant.
gonna
on
do
She's
that?
8 months pregnant now. Why?
Can you shut the fuck up?
One mic.
Was like on some baby, where you at? And she was getting fucked by Diddy.
Okay, I did not
And
know
she,
that. I didn't.
look,
I think
and
that
she
Yeah,
was
you
that's
just
going.
said that he's broke.
Wait,
So now
that's
he's
the
soliciting her to
different
go have sex with
color.
Diddy for money, but
she
now
was
she's a
going
cheater.
on tour. She was
Old
going
girl
on
is
tour.
8 months pregnant.
Wait, hold on. Listen, did y'all know? I just heard this today. She was going on tour to get some money, knowing nobody knows any song from Cassie but me and you. The movie was even trash. She was going to get some money. When she got them and it was set up, she canceled when she got that check. Soon as she got that money, that 20 million, she canceled. And she didn't go.
I'm trying to tell you, like, why
That's
all
not
of this whenever you're pregnant? If you
I think she
knew
got
that
pregnant
you
on
really
purpose.
had something, you had all your proof and everything lined up, what is the purpose of you bringing your pregnant ass
No,
out?
she got
and
pregnant
get
on purpose.
Maya.
no, she's 8 months.
She got
No,
subpoenaed.
I'm talking about whenever she went ahead and did the whole case with Diddy to get the money to begin with.
Yeah,
Whenever she initially brought it
that's
out.
not okay. So what I read was that she had written a book or a diary or something, and she wanted him to read it, but he didn't read what she had written for him. So she wrote a book or something, but she wrote something to him to read, to pretty much just air out her grievances with him. And it was said that he didn't take it seriously. And that was when she told him that she was going to release a book, and she was giving him a chance to buy the book from her before she released the book or something like that. So yeah, so then that's how the money
Y'all are saying that she's after his money, and Kamaya's
else she after?
argument was right. I understand that.
What else should she be after?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So Kamaya's argument is that she decided that or even Anton stated that her husband is broke and this is a ploy for Diddy's money. But then we bring in that she cheated on her husband. Isn't he in the loop if he's broke and he's in on it to get his money?
Correct. So this is what I'm saying, Tasha.
What I'm saying
Where is the wisdom? Where is the wisdom in it? If you have your proof that he raped you, he did all the things that he's supposed to be alleged of doing, where is all of her proof at? And why is all of these things coming up to surface about her?
She kept it for the last.
Where's her proof of her getting raped? Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm talking about. No. I'm saying if she's not after his money, she's doing this off of strictly wisdom and understanding that, hey, I got this proof lined up. He did this, he did that, he did this, and that. Where's that at? Why is everything coming out about her and nothing about him?
But he already got his money. Y'all, this is a federal case.
Right.
So he already got his money.
Saying.
That's moved on. So the state is questioning her and probably already questioned her prior. And she's obviously a great witness. She's pregnant. So the jury's going to be very sympathetic to her because she's probably rubbing her stomach, probably sobbing and crying in the court. And she's talking about all this abuse, even though the abuse ain't got nothing to do with the charges he's actually facing. But the jurors are going to be like, damn, she was really through it. But if he's really guilty of racketeering and trafficking, she had to seen that shit. So she should be guilty too.
Yeah, that's why that's what I
Right.
was saying. That's why she has immunity. So in exchange for her testifying for the federal government, she does have immunity because she did participate in crimes. That's what I was trying to say. Like, aside from the abusive situation, soliciting for prostitutes and doing that across state lines, booking hotels, doing all of that, those are crimes. And in exchange for her testifying against Diddy, she has immunity. So she's able to say everything without getting in trouble, because at the end of the day, yes, she was a victim, but she was still complicit in some of the crimes that he committed, and she would
was
have
on
been
trick.
able
And I'm gonna,
to.
I'm
So
gonna
I
say
might ask,
this.
where's the proof in this, right? At the end of the day, she got her money, which is what she desired. No one's calling it Cassie an angel. At the end of the day, if you're asking my opinion, maybe she is a whore, right? That's fine. These are two adults. Anton, I don't know why you're looking like that, because I already said that. I said that from the very beginning. Accountability is for the person on trial. So you can say you think
I literally just heard you
charged,
say,
but
no, because
go ahead. What did I say?
I can't even qualify what you're saying. You said maybe she's a whore.
She a whore. She a
Anton,
whore.
how do you know that she's a whore?
You know all the
What?
men she done slept with. She had
Yeah.
So y'all are saying that her
Ty.
I'm being serious right now. Y'all are saying that y'all
Ty.
gonna put a label. I'm gonna make my point. Y'all are saying that y'all are gonna put a label on Cassie being a whore. And I said maybe she is a whore. Was I there when she was sleeping with these men? Was I in the room? No. So I don't have any definite, just like I don't have any definite if Diddy did any
She
of these
said it
crimes.
herself, though.
That's
She said it
Ty,
herself.
these are all
the
hearsay.
evidence
No,
itself
she
is
said it. It's not
speaking.
No, she
hearsay.
said it
She's the one
herself.
saying
No, but
it.
Ty,
Okay,
The
Cassie
evidence.
said that she had sex with multiple men,
yes,
right? Y'all want to
Multiple
call her a whore by
men.
Yeah, he
definition.
came out of her
If
mouth.
you're
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. What I'm trying to explain to you is what you just said is where's the proof? Cassie is there through a subpoena. She's not there voluntarily. So when you're saying where's the proof, why is she bringing it out now? She wanted the money, she got the money. Now she's there because she has to be.
Yep.
because she brought it out. What I'm saying is
Because she wanted
initially,
money.
okay, so what I'm saying is initially with her bringing all of this stuff out, I don't think she fully thought this all the way through with her being pregnant and trying to get money out of a situation. She could have literally just held off on just a little while longer if it was really that serious and had her baby and not be going through all of this bullcrap right now while she's pregnant.
Well, I mean, if she just had a baby,
y'all, she got the money before she even got pregnant.
Yeah.
Right. How did she get the money before she got pregnant? She 8 months pregnant.
She had no. She already got the money previous to that. I think when did she get that money?
It was like a year or something ago.
That
It
was
like a while
towards the
ago.
last,
It was a couple years.
No, it was the end of
like
last year when they were talking about how she brought him out on charges and they settled the case. That was towards the end of last year.
September.
Wasn't it like
That was
January
like
or something?
Yeah, I think there was a deadline because I think New York had some sort of
statute of limitation thing.
Yes,
The
yes.
lawsuit was in November 2023.
Yeah, I said a couple years. It was
That's
like
when
over
the
a year ago.
lawsuit was given out. Yes, she might have get paid later, but yeah, that baby ain't got shit to do while she on the damn stand.
Oh, and do you know what's her name? Dawn Richards, that was in Danity Kane. She filed a civil lawsuit as well because now she's claiming not only did she witness the abuse, but I guess some abuse happened to her. And she filed a civil suit, but her civil suit is about to be dismissed. And then the defense attorney was like, you filed a civil, like, why'd you file a civil suit? She was like, for justice. And he was like, she said, well, but you wanted money too, right? And she was like, yes. And then they're breaking apart her whole entire testimony or whatever to come out because she's just looking like she's just trying to jump on a bandwagon. But what about Young Miami? Like, is she gonna?
She's quiet. But I just think that the same thing with the Tory case, that the Kelsey chick that got immunity, she guilty.
Yep. She guilty as hell.
That case, I think on the Anton show, we watched that case and the evidence was all over the place. the
Yeah.
witnesses, different testimony, the two friends, they lied to the cops initially. So I honestly, and I'm not a fan of what's her name, Megan, and I'm like, I don't know how he was guilty, but it's like the jurors. So why not put a pregnant Cassie for the jurors? It makes sense. But I don't think
I think she got pregnant on purpose.